Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hi everyone. Welcome to the Big Talks. So where tonight the topic is balancing school and extracurricular activities without burning out. So tonight I am very excited to be joined with Syakirin, Ainur, Rafeah, and also Ira. So welcome guys to the Big Talks tonight. So before we go further into our podcast tonight, what can you guys introduce yourself to the audience today? What are your names? Where are you studying? And also, what course are you taking? Let's start with Shakirin first.
All right. So I'll go first. Hello, everyone, and good evening. My name is Wan Muhammad Syakirin. You can call me Syakirin for short. I'm from SPM 2023. I also was the relation exco of EMC 2022 and 2023. So I'm currently studying in Unique LMFI in Bangi. I'm studying foundation in science, politics, and um, business management, and currently doing pre-France program. And I will be going to France this August to continue my study in Bachelor of Business Administration, majoring in corporate finance. So I think that's all from me.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Ainur Rafeah and I'm sorry for the firecrackers because my neighbors are Chinese, so I hope you guys can bear with me. And I am also the SPM 2023 alumni and I am currently studying in College Matrikulasi Selangor and I am taking Science Higher Ed course. Yeah, so that's all from me.
So, without further ado, let's start with the podcast tonight. So, the first question that I would like to ask to you guys, Shakirin, what was your first ever competition like?
So talking about my first ever competition in, do you mean like in primary school or secondary school?
It's up to you, but maybe
Secondary school
secondary.
lah.
Yeah.
Secondary school. I think it started when I was in Form One. I think that's the only competition that I have joined in Form One, which is it was the chorus speaking competition, and okay, it was a chorus speaking competition held by the government itself, by the KPM, where all the SBPs and MRSM competed, and top five SBP and MRSM will be selected through like qualifiers stages, and also we have competed in UMT Terengganu. So basically, I think I want to tell you about how I can join, or how I have the chance to join the competition was actually very funny one, because at the time um, the chorus speaking teams was like just being formed, and I think like one of my friend don't want to like join the competition, and he asked me like, oh, I don't want to join the competition because it was like too packed. Uh, there was a lot of practice and sort of, right, and I'm suddenly come to like, I think it was lecture hall. It was during the lecture hall. You call it like DK, right? So that time the chorus speaking team was like, they like just like they're not starting to practice yet, but they received the text, I guess, and it was too funny because I came into the DK, and I see Miss Fat and Miss Erin at the time, and I tell like, "Oh, Miss, can I join the competition too?" It was like it was so funny because like, oh, they already have a team, but I just asked, I just like just wing it and just try a shot, right? So Miss said, okay, you try to read this text and then like present in front of them, and I just wing it and I got into the team. All right, so it was a good experience actually because we won the second second runner up, I guess second runner up in the in the final competition and won the first place in MRSM level. So it was a very um, life changing experience for me because I never thought of joining any competition in a secondary school. Considering there was a lot of like talented student, and also I'm still form one, I'm still young, and I'm still like very beginner in MRSM, and yeah, that was how my first ever competition in MRSM basically.
Interesting story, Syakirin. Thank you. How about you, Pia? Do you have any interesting stories that you like to share?
Well, I also have my first ever competition, and it is also coincidentally choral speaking, and it was held by the Elon Quintus, and it was located at the KUPTM KL. And for me, my first ever competition was really, really nerve wracking because basically it was my first ever competition. And the school had spent a lot of money, the transportation, the pocket money, and so much more. And what if I didn't come back and bring anything? Like, I'm supposed to come back and bring a trophy, but what if I don't reach that level? What if I don't win the competition? So I felt really, really nervous, but Alhamdulillah, with trainings from Miss Fat and Miss Erin again, um, we managed to win the first prize. We managed to win the champion, and we were very, very thrilled, and all of us were cheering, and it was the one of the most fun moments in my life. So I think that my first ever competition is really fun because not only did I make new friends with people that I thought I would never get close with, I also managed to make friends from other schools, and it also really boosted my confidence. But some of you may think, it's choral speaking. You're basically talking out loud with the other 29 people, and of course you're not going to feel really scared because of course you're in the crowd, right? But for me, I think it really matters that you are confident, because if you are confident, your moves will be confident too, and when your moves and your enthusiasm are confident, it really influences other people to be the same. So yeah, I think my first ever competition was really life changing, and I really hope to relive that moment over and over again. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Pia. So interesting, very interesting. So moving on to the next question. Okay, what is something that you always look forward to when you went out to compete?
I think I will answer that first.
All right.
Okay.
Sure. You go
So
first.
one of the things that I always look forward to when I went out to compete is, of course, number one, the pocket money because basically um it's my first time going out, and it's my first time getting sponsored from my school because the school had given a lot of trust into us so that we can win. So I think that it is fair enough to give the same contribution to the school. So yeah, one of those things that I look forward to is always the pocket money, and not only that, I always look forward to those people that look very confident because I am a very observant person, and I really like to observe those who seem different way than they look. So, for example, if in the debate competition, I also once entered the debate competition. I like to see people being confident when they are talking about something. Like when they are not when they do not agree on something, they will always um you know they will always say out loud their opinion. And I think like it's really wonderful because no matter no matter how invalid your opinion is, no matter how strong your opinion is, what matters at the end of the day is your own confidence. So I really look forward to see that in other people, because I think that our generation doesn't really have that thing anymore, because we tend to influence other people with social media and so much other things. But these basic life skills, these confidence, this public speaking, this um so much more things, we don't really use that in daily life anymore. So I think that we should really look forward to that thing, because it really boosted my confidence and I really like that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Uh, Syakirin, how about you?
Shakira, are you there?
Syakirin.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have like some problem with my um, I don't know, the electric system. I don't know, but it's
It's
okay. I will answer the question regardless the problem. So I think like the thing that I always look forward to go to compete is to like getting out of the school and also went out for basically to went out of the school and also get out of my like daily schedule of learning and also studying, because I'm a person who like very like cannot like being in a very like packed schedule one. So I very look forward to like always have a competition and always get out of the school and also to meet people actually. And one thing that I love the most when I go to competition is basically to meet new people and make friends, because I'm very big in making friends, and also I love to meet new people with like very energetic and very like different personality, which I really look up to, and also to like look up to become a better person in the same time. And also, I think the experience itself is one of the reason why I'm always excited to go to competition and to represent my school. So yeah, experience is I think is the most reason why I want to like compete and uh, represent my school for any competition. Yeah, I have been competing throughout my high school life.
All right. Thank you. So, seems like you guys have been competing a lot. So, my question is, what did you learn from competing and representing your school? Do anyone want to start first?
Okay, maybe I'll go first. Uh, I think one of the things that I have been learning since I entered any competition, because I have entered like uh, a, a different kind of competition. Like I was in debates, I was in innovation, I was in um, robotics, and also like stuff like that, and other online and also face-to-face competition. So I think the most thing that I have been learning from the competition is basically about how to make a good connection with people, and also how to um, maximize your time to gain a lot of experience from other person and also mingle around with a new friends too. So I think having a capability to make new friends and also create great connection is a privilege, because it's not everyone in our generation can do so. And also it was really helpful for me to have like a very decent connection with people like in the same field or in the same thing that I've been doing. For example, like since when I was Form 5, I have been I, okay, when I was in Form 5 in 2023, I joined an exchange program, which also give me the opportunity to know and to make friends with other like seven other students from like 17 countries, if I'm not mistaken. So and the exchange was taken place in the United States. So I think the most important thing that I have been learning from the exchange program is to like having the not just the educationally or academically exchange, but also the immersion of culture and the immersion of information itself that we don't have in our country. Like for example, uh, I learn a lot from my friends from Japan, from Brazil, and also from who the other one was studying in Georgia, and they give me a lot of information about like scholarship and also about like internship and what I have to prepare to enter the university, of course, and also a lot of immersion and a lot of exchange program that I don't know. Actually, I don't know, but they give a lot of information to me. So that is one of the reason why connection is really important, and I think part of our experience itself, a part of experience itself about communication and about the learning experience itself, feeding yourself with new knowledge and new information. Connection is the most important thing for me for a long lasting benefit to myself.
All right. So thank you. How about you? Yeah, do you have anything?
I think that from what I learned from competing and representing my school, I think that it is really important to prepare on something. For example, during my Korea speaking competition, there are one of the KPTMs that also competed, and basically their presentation was very terrible and horrible because basically all of them were stuttering and they don't have similar movements like right, when we are handling chorus speaking, of course we have similar hand movements, but these KPTM students do not have the same movements, and I think that they really lack of preparation. So I think that apart from the chorus speaking competition, I also went to the debate competition, right? And from what I saw, lots of people that are losing in the competition is because they don't really have enough backup or enough ideas to back their ideas. So I think that preparation on certain topics, on your presentation, on the choral speaking for your competition is really, really important because how are you supposed to win if you do not prepare yourself for something? And I also learned that um, during competitions, there are many, many people that is so much better than yourself. Just because you think that you are the most confident person in the group doesn't mean that the people that is also representing from other schools cannot be more confident than you. So I think that when representing ourselves, we should not really look down on others because yeah, that would really ruin your presentation on the competition. So yeah, I think we should just reflect on ourselves and we should really prepare on something or we want to join something and we should reflect on ourselves. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Rafeah. Okay, so the next question is, was there ever a time you felt really burnt out and how did you manage it? Who wants to start first? Can Syakirin start first?
All right, sure, I can start first. So there was a time like I was really burnt out. I think it was in October or late October or early November in 2022 during my Form 4 years. Um, Actually, it was because of I have very like a lot of not assignment, a lot of thing to be completed and to be submitted in the same like not the same in the like very near due date. Um, so like it was if I'm not mistaken, I have like three competition. Like two of them is international and one is like national one. Uh, it was innovation and also robotics at that time. So I think I was like really burnt out because I myself have to like also prepare for my research project and also for my research paper. In the same time, I have to manage the other team also, especially the junior team and also my team itself because I was not in the same team. And yeah, I was in different group for each competition, right? So I was not there in MSM at the time because I was I was competing in Kedah for NICES at that time. So it was uh, really a hard time for me to prepare and to make everything done because I have no like basically ample time and also enough time to um, make everything done. But yeah, everything done as uh, regardless how little time I got, and Alhamdulillah I won all the competition. I guess yeah, I won all the competition with like bronze, silver, and another one is like pass the qualifier for another stage. So I think one thing that I do to cope with the burnout and also to cope with the hecticness that I have been through is like the first one is the teamwork itself. As you work in teams, you have to be a very decent and a very good team player. And the most crucial thing is communication itself about how you segregate the task for each of your members of the groups itself, and also to know which part do you like uh, you really good at. For example, like I myself, I'm very good at doing the writing itself, doing the research paper itself, but I'm not really into editing, so I will pass the editing part to my friends. And also, as I don't have really time to make the um, experiment of with the um, to the model construction itself. So I will pass that task to my teammate who was in the school. So I think the team management itself about how you manage your team and become a good team player is a very pertinent thing to carry out in your team itself to actually make all the things done in the same time, because it was not only one competition but three competition in the same time and with different project and different topics that we have been working for. And I think the second thing is to have a very good time management regardless how little time you have. If you cannot you cannot complete all the things in that day that you have been scheduling, you cannot even sleep at that day. I remember I skipped lunch and sleep for 2 days in order to like complete all the things, all the research paper and all the videos and for the submission. And also I think that was one of the worst thing I've been done through my like high school year, but it was really giving me like a very life-changing experience, one of the most life-changing experience, like how hectic it can be to become uh, an all-rounder student and also a very active student. So that is one of the reality that you have to face in order to become one that you have been, I don't know, desire, you have been inspired or you have been aspired to become one of the hectic student. And also what I done to cope with the burnout in myself is mental compartmentalization, which is a very good thing to practice. So basically, mental compartmentalization is where you like separate all the things that you have in your brain or in your mind. So you have to separate the feeling and the emotion, and also all the things that you are doing at the time. So if you are doing the first project, so you have to like only think about that project regardless how stressed, how tired, and how hungry maybe perhaps you at the time. So basically, mental compartmentalization is a thing that need a lot of practice to cope with a lot of busy and also a lot of hectic situation. Like for example, I have mentioned just now with the submission of research paper and stuff like that. So it is very crucial to have a good time management, teamwork, and also your self management itself through the mental compartmentalization is. So I think that is how I cope and also uh, how imagine the horror of the hecticness becoming an active student.
Okay. What about Pia?
From my experience, I sometimes do feel really burnt out, and this was during my debate and Yale, and they were really close periods because basically debate occurred on November. I think it's between 24 until 28 something, and then a few days later we have Yale. Yale is young assessment leadership. So yeah, so basically I felt really burnt out because when I left for the debate, I already have a bunch of schoolworks that I need to submit, and I also have some exams coming up at that time. I have ujian setara, and I was like, I cannot do this because there were a lot of things on my plate, and I really need to focus on one thing, and I really need to spend some time to finish my schoolwork and so much other things. My laundry hasn't been washed, and I my place was like a mess, and I really like it's not myself. I'm a very I'm a very clean person, and I'm not usually that way. So I feel like, oh my god, I cannot do this anymore. I really need to come to my senses. And basically, the first thing that I did is just push away, and I just give time and give some thoughts to what am I actually gonna do on that night. So basically I spent a few hours, and I just basically finish everything that I need to do. I clean my bed, I did my schoolworks, I asked my friends on what actually needs to be done, what actually needs to be submitted. And the next day I also asked my teachers on what I did not understand, because basically yeah, sometimes I don't understand what my friends were teaching. So I usually refer to the teacher. So other than that, during Yale, I mentioned to you guys, right, that we have ujian setara coming up. Like literally after we return from Yale on Sunday, and the next day on Monday we have exams. So I was like, oh my god, I also cannot do this. I just got back from debate, and then I need to get ready for myself for the exams that were coming up. So I thought, this is before going to Yale. I thought, and I planned with my friends, with my two other friends, Alpha and Zara. I planned, let's study together in the night, on the night. I'm sorry. But yeah, we actually managed to study a few subjects. At least me and Alpha did, because me and Alpha, we were both I think we were both we slept in the same tent, and basically we managed to study pi. And yeah, although it was really burning me out, it was really draining me. I think that even after all those things that have happened, I think we should really I'm sorry, spend some time so that our focus did not go away from ourselves. Like, although we are spending our most of our time on extracurricular activities, we should also prioritize our studies, because even though we have lots of PAJSK marks, all those 20 international marks and whatsoever, but at the end of the day, all of those college, UPU, they are all looking forward to those exam results. Yeah. And I'm not saying that the extracurricular activities are not important, but from what I was trying to say, it is important that you need to balance both of them, because how else are you going to get into those type of scholarships institute if you don't manage both of them? Because if students from other people, other SBPs, other SMK students can handle those, why can't we? Why can't you guys? Why can't those who join those competitions, those leadership and whatsoever, the meetings, the programs that you guys need to handle, you guys can also do it. Because if we can do it, then why can't you guys? So even though I feel really burnt out at that time, I managed to keep myself straight. And I think that even though I felt really burnt out, I think that studies comes first. Yeah. So Ira, I'm
Okay.
done talking, Ira.
Um, okay. Thank you, Pia and Syak. That must have been really hard for you to cope with everything, but I guess it must have been very memorable for you. Okay, so moving on to the next question. How did you find time to catch up on the topics that you missed while you went to compete? Who wants to start first?
I go first. So like PA also mentioned before, like how we like spend all the night to study when we don't have like activity or any competition at that time is was a reality. It was a reality. So the real time that I have been facing when I was in competition was I will always bring all the materials and also all the textbook to the competition itself, because regardless how busy or regardless how patient you are into the competition, it's always academic come first, especially when you have like very near upcoming examinations. um, for example, when I was when I joined one of the robotics competition, it was like very near to the final exam of my form 4. It was, you know, the final exam of my form 4. And also me and my team uh, will bring all the textbook, all the materials, and all the notes to the competition to actually study after we have done all the preparation and all the pitching section and all the construction session itself. For example, like my schedule itself, we will finish all the competition things and all the preparation for tomorrow by like 1 or 2 p.m. So I will sleep at 1:30 or 2 p.m. Sorry, in 1 or 2 a.m. in the night, in the very morning, I guess. So I will sleep only like for 2 hours. Like I will wake up at 4 and start to open my textbook and grind until the morning, until like subuh, and I will pray, and after that I will breakfast and go to the competition afterward. So for me as a student who always like go for competition, we don't have time to have like self study because it's not even allocated for us uh, for the competition schedule, right? So we have to find our own time, and it was no rest time for us. But I think it's a very what we call it, a very memorable things to recap and to realize that how can we even cope with those experience not sleeping for a week or maybe barely sleep, and but still yet get things done. And yeah, that's how we learn from the experience, and that's how we learn from the competition itself. So what, regardless how busy you are, study and education come first, because like Pea said before, like um, there's no use for you to have like a bundle of international certificates or abundance of extracurricular um, achievement if you don't have a good and a very decent result in your SPF, because everyone is super smart. Believe me, like I don't even lie. Everyone is super smart. So you have to compete with them like intellectually first before you compete with them with the extracurricular experience that you have, because those values actually help you in the interviews and also in the qualifier stages, but not for the application processes. Because if you want to know that there's a lot of like terms, and there's a lot of terms for each scholarship itself, like you have to have like eight a solid at least to apply to the scholarship itself. So even though you have like a very good achievement in extracurricular activities, is doesn't mean that you have the ticket to like straight away, or a very fast track to get or to grab the chance to have the scholarship, or to book the seat for any universities or any program that you want. So basically, regardless what kind of courses, or um, what kind of study that you want to do or you want to work for in the future, you have to at least to make sure yourself um, every course that you want is attainable by your result. So like uh, result wise, I'm saying that education is really important, which is that one is come first before the extracurricular activity. But you know yourself, you are the one who know yourself better than anyone else. So you know how capable you are to catch up with something that you have been missing, especially the lectures, and also all the tasks that teachers give you. So for me, what I do is to have my friends, my classmates, to take all the handouts and all the exercises from the teachers, and give it to me when I come back to school after the competition. And also to like having a study partner or a mentor that will help you to understand the topics if you don't understand. And for me, it's like everyone is so busy, so I barely have people or friends to explain to me what is happening in school. And like people in our school just do their stuff, and basically very individualistic. So how I cope with that is to like use the access that I have during the competition. For example, the YouTube itself, and also all the material online materials that I have. For example, I always refer to YouTube whenever it comes to um, at maths and also to chemistry, because those two subjects is which subject that I have witnessed. And the other subject I just read the textbook, go through the textbook, and do a decent notes to understand, and to like at least to know what's happened in the chapter, and at least to know what topics in there in the textbook. Because like after during my exchange program, I missed class almost like more than 1 month. So I missed all the thing, basically all the thing. It was like 6 months before SPM, and I'm not there in school. So basically, what I do is I will do the past paper, especially for those who are taking SPM this year. So the past paper is super important. So I do a lot of past paper during the competition and during my exchange program. So um, um, to know your capability, that okay, before you join any competition, okay, you have to know what risks you are taking and how to manage that risk is the key. Whereas you know that okay, you can cope with the self-study things or not, whether you can understand the topic or not. So before you go for competition, read first what topic that you are going to miss. At least you know what you are going to miss. That is one of the risk management that you have learning in yourself without any lectures, I guess. So risk management is super important to know what are you going to miss, and also how to manage to like cover it by yourself or by any um, access or your method according to your study style or according to your preference itself. So I think that is one of the uh, time that I've been facing a lot of difficulties to catch up with the topics. And yeah, be very ready with all the topics that you will be missing before the competition, not to like doing all the thing on the spot, but prepare and bring all the materials before the competition. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Syakirin. Let's hear from Peah now.
Okay, so I can relate some of my situation to to Shakirin, because basically, from my experience, when I am on my way to a certain competition, I would usually use my phone, to open YouTube channels and watch some of the videos that I missed, some of the chapters and the subjects that I missed, that I will be missing during the period of time that I'm going to the competition. So I think that that really helped, because even though I don't understand it fully, I actually have the idea of what is going on in that chapter. And even if I don't understand something, I can refer to my teacher after the examination, or I can even message them during the period. So not only that, I will actually ask my friends and ask them to list out the homeworks, or keep the handout for me, because basically after I am going back to my school, I will be using all I will be using all my time to sorry, to finish those handout, because I really have been missing a lot, and I don't want to disappoint my teachers, and I feel like I should make up lots of it. Yeah. So other than that, um I will also refer to my itinerary, because basically every time you went to a competition, there will be itinerary, right? So basically, I will refer to the time before breakfast and after dinner, because basically that's our only time, right? And I will use those times, and I will allocate certain times, like 1 hour or 2 hour, to refer back to what I have been missing. So for example, if I have been missing the subject biology, so I would open the YouTube channel, and I would watch the videos that I have been missing, because basically before I went to a certain competition, I would download these videos that is helping me to go through the Form 4 syllabus. So that is one of my efforts to catch up on the topics that I missed while competing. And I also think that messaging your teachers is really, really helpful because they are available all the time. I mean, not all the time, but if I were to ask them a question on WhatsApp, I think they would really notice it much more easier than if I message them through text message. So I would actually fully use my time and my phone so that I can refer back to all of the things that I have missed. And other than that, I will also revise some of the things that I have missed with my friends because most of the time I went competing with the people that are in the same grade as me. So that really helped too because for example if I can't figure out about something, maybe my friend can. And if we cannot figure out about those things, then we will only ask Google or we would refer to the YouTube channel. So I think that it is really important for you to it is really important for us to prioritize our studies because um if we win all of those trophies and other things, but we missed out, we don't get 3.5 and above, I think like it's such a waste of time because um yeah, because you allocated those times to train yourself to go for competitions, but you don't allocate times for your studies. So what's the point? Because as Syakirin said and mentioned, the scholarship does not take. I mean, the minimum requirement is A minus, right? Maybe some of you will feel relief. Oh, Alhamdulillah, I got A minus for this subject. But how many thousands, how much students in Malaysia have A solid or A plus? And of course, you need to compete in that situation. Of course, we are not robots, right? There are only 30 something people in Malaysia that got straight A plus, right? But that is not an excuse for us to not try our best. So, um, even if you don't get the best results, you should have some basic life skills like public speaking so that when you go to interviews, they see that, oh, although this kid doesn't have those straight A's result, but she is capable in the real life situation. She or he is capable in handling themselves in hard situations. So yeah, I think that you really need to catch up on the topics because not only does it help you to get some really beneficial scholarships, but it also helps you to prepare for the SPM examination. Yeah, that's all from me.
All right, thank you guys. Wow, it was a very interesting. For me, I think I can't relate in that to that level yet. So yeah, looking forward to Form 4. So okay, after all the experience, after all the experience, guys, there's one question. I think the question is quite controversial. Do you miss representing your school in competition?
Shakira, I want to answer first. Uh, so, in my opinion, I really do miss representing my school in competition because although it is burning me out, although it is very tiring me, although I get scolded by seniors and teachers a lot, but I think that it really teaches me on the real life situation because not everything is guided by your teachers, not everything is horror horror, um not everything is what you think it may be because in real life situation you don't see your teachers getting mad at you as often like in your class. Okay, so for example, if you're in class and your teacher gets mad at you, that type of mad is different from the type of mad that you got scolded during trainings. So although you get scolded a lot, although I get scolded a lot during trainings, but I think it's worth it because if I don't get scolded, then I won't learn anything basically. So although we may have some beef with our teachers. But at the end of the day, I think it really teaches us on how to become a real person and how to handle the real life world. Of course, I'm still too young to talk like that. I'm still too, I don't know, I'm still like, I'm just 18. Sorry, I'm 19. And I'm not supposed to be talking like that because I'm just a 19-year-old that doesn't have really that much of an experience. But I think it's like an eye opener for me. And not only that, I really miss representing my schools because um all of my friends would say, good luck, and I think I really miss that feeling because the nervous feeling when you were waking up early, and because basically every night before I went to sleep, before I went to a certain competition, I would feel very nervous, and I actually cannot sleep very well. So when I wake up, the nervous feeling is still there. So I kind of miss feeling that experience, the the wanting to make your school proud, wanting to make your friends proud feeling. So yeah, I think I really miss representing my school, and not only that, but I miss all of the people in the school because yeah, I am quite close to people around the school. So yeah, I miss representing. What about you, Shakirin?
All right, for me, I do miss representing my school in competition. As such, I miss actually the version of myself when I was in a competition, because I think I was in my best version when I went for competition, because we have to be real. We have to be real in competition. Like, there's no joke, guys. There's no joke. So basically, I love and I miss to be as productive as I was in a competition, like how you manage not only the preparation for the competition, but also um, how you manage to you cope with the um, problem that arise of the competition itself and outside the competition. Like, we also have the preparation, like before the competition, after the competition, and during the competition, right? So those hectic and also those busyness is one of the thing that I have been missing a lot. And the second thing is about to making mistake. No, making mistake is not something I love. I'm not addicted to making mistake, but I always give myself to like give the room for myself to make mistake, because I always know that in a younger age is there's no wrong for you to make mistakes in your life. So as long as you're learning from that mistake, so you're doing good, like for real, you're doing good. So at the age of like secondary school and before entering like adulthood, so that is, I think, the best or the most time for you to do mistake and make a lot of mistake as much as you can. It's not about pleasing someone else or um, being a burden to anyone else, even your teammates or your teachers or to the organizers or and whatnot, right? But to learn from that itself, so that after graduating high school and enter university, I still have the feeling to like, okay, there's no wrong to make mistake because I'm gonna learn after all, and there's no wrong to try new thing as if whether or not you know thing happen, whether or not whether or not you know it's gonna work out or not. So as the reality hit different when you become an adult, that you have to become a very very realistic and a very very serious person, whether you have to think like not twice but 100 times before you do something, to actually make sure that everything that you done not causing a very very worse impact, and also to make sure everything done in the way that they have to be done, especially when you are facing the serious phase of your life in the examination in the universities, SPM, in working life, in the applications, regardless the uh, I don't know, scholarships, university application, or uh, career jobs application. There's a lot of things that we cannot do wrong, and we have to do it in the most proper way as we can. So I think I miss how we have more freedom during the competition itself, because it actually teach us how to become a very realistic person in order to like handle uncertainties during the competition, because what we learn in school is not the same as the real world treat us. Like maybe textbook is cruel itself, maybe the syllabus is cruel itself, teachers, examination, school rules, maybe they are very cruel to us, but you'd have to know that the outside world itself is very, very far away, more cruel to us, especially when we are like a very beginner to become an adult. Like I'm 19 this year, like I'm very like unexpected, uh, uh, what we call it, unexpected things, that such of thing happen, like how childish adult can be, how corrupted institution can be, how awful law can be. So those things you will encounter first when um, you cope with that kind of similar situation in the competition outside the school, outside the house itself, because you are alone, not with your parents, you are with your friends, and you are a minor itself. You are not even 18 at the time. So that's how I think teach us a lot about how to become uh, an adult, and how to become matured in the sense of to having a very good self control, a very decent like skills and information, like how to do this and that. For example, I can say that you will have a very different experience, and something that maybe we can say as a one in the time chance that we will encounter, that not every people will experience kind of thing. Like I myself, I went to exchange program in United States in Form 5 with with three others Malaysian alone, without like chaperone or without like assistant. And that was my first time to do to do a visa. That was my first time to having like visa appointment and what we call it interview. That is my first time to like do immigration things, um, all the travel thing by our own self. Even we are not even acting yet, and we are just a minor at that time, and to have the chance to communicate with multi national people, and to have the experience to encounter a lot of uncertainties is such a privilege for me to experience during high school. So that what made me really, really miss those moments, because I think those moments really, really shaping myself right now, and make me like more firm in the sense of I'm not scared of uncertainties, because we have the like confidence to encounter a lot of uncertainties and unexpected stuff that happen in our life. So yeah, and also the experience itself lah, with your friend, to mingle around with your friend, making new friend and connections, and to having a good time out of the school, because not all students have the chance to do so. I can say and the luck the brave and the lucky person only can have all the opportunities to stand a chance to go for competition. So being very courageous, matured, independent is one of the most thing that I miss during the competition in my high school.
Alright, thank you so much, Syakirin. For your information, I think Emarasan Kota Putra also miss both of you so much. Okay, we are down to the last question. What advice would you give to everyone watching or listening right now? Who wants to start first?
Me.
Okay, thank you, Pia.
Okay, so Um, what advice would I give to everyone watching and listening? So, to everyone watching and listening, there are a few things that I would like to advise. Although I'm just a 19-year-old. So basically, first thing first, in terms of presentation, I think that if you want to participate in something, you should look presentable, because basically this is the first time people are meeting you. This is the first time people see you. So I think it is very important for you to give a wonderful first impression. So it always comes with your I'm sorry. It always comes with you yourself looking presentable. So it is really important for you to iron your clothes properly, to wear fragrances, to stand up straight, not slouching, and to sound really confident, because if you look presentable, if you become presentable, your overall situation, your overall body language will also be very presentable. And people will think, wow, you I like you because you look like the type of person that knows how to deal with things. So, although it is just an illusion to other people, although you're not like that most of the time, but at least people will get that the idea of you looking presentable most of the time, and people will love you for it, and people will give you extra marks for it, although there are no allocated marks for those type of things in those competitions. And also, my other advice is to have faith in yourself, because basically if you don't have faith in yourself, how else are you supposed to how else are you supposed to thrive in those type of things? Because if you don't have faith in yourself, then basically you cannot do anything. If you don't have faith in yourself, you can't basically do anything because you think that you can't do it. You think that you are not capable of doing something. But trust me, you are actually way more capable than you think you are. So if you think that you cannot do something, you cannot handle something, my advice is to say it out loud, but not like shout or anything. I mean like talk it like the way I'm talking right now. Just talk in a normal voice and say that what is so hard about that? Like, if other people can do it, of course I can do it too. And you just need to keep feeding your feeding yourself with those type of affirmations, because for me it really worked, and I really managed to believe in myself, and I really managed to, you know, win in those competitions. And not only that, it also covers those things when it comes to your studies, because basically, let's say that you don't understand a certain topic, mathematics is making your head dizzy. So basically, you can always say that to yourself. You can always say it out loud, and you can always say, "This is such an easy topic." Okay, so although it may seem like you are feeling your delusions, but it can be a reality. So I think that um, just giving some a lot of word of affirmations to yourself can really give a big impact to yourself. And not only that, if you want to have a lot of time to consult with your teachers, like to ask questions and whatsoever, you can always ask them for their own schedule, because I think from my experience from studying in metrics, lecturers have no problems in giving their schedules, because basically us students need to consult with them, and we need to ask them questions all the time that that maybe cannot be asked online. Because you know, right, when you wanted to ask something and you are hoping for a deeper explanation, but the person ended up not giving the full explanation that you are hoping to. So if you just ask them for their schedule and you arrange a meeting with them, you can shoot your questions over and over again. Yeah. So I think that's all for me. What about you, Shakirin?
All right. So last but not least, right? So some advice to my maybe juniors, maybe my batchmate, or maybe other people who is watching this podcast, right? So the first thing that I want to advise is to take the chance and also to seize the opportunities to break the boundaries between yourself, and also to get out of your comfort zone and get out of the bubble that you are in right now. So what I mean by that is to have the courage to actually try to do something new and try to do something that you want to do, because manifesting something is not same as the reality is. Like something that you watch on the TikTok, maybe on the YouTube itself, on the Instagram, people going to competition, people going studying abroad, people having like happy moment with their friends, and also the success that they show and display on the screen is not as easy as we expect to achieve, and it's not as the process of achieving it is not as happy, or is not as beautiful as the way they present themselves in this on the screen itself. So uh, whenever you feel like you want to do something, or you want to or someone is inspire you to do something, go for it and don't wait yourself or don't wait other people to ask you to do so. So whenever whenever you have the chance, and also you have the resources and the information to join something, especially the competition or anything that as small as volunteer in the class, as small as the what we call it, the high comps of any clubs in your school, just go for it. Don't wait yourself or don't wait other people to ask you to do so, because the only opponent of yourself is yourself itself. Because if you don't give yourself the opportunity to try new thing, you don't give yourself the opportunity to become the one that you want to be, the one who you're manifesting, and you don't give yourself the chance and the privilege to learn. Because having the courage is a privilege, because not all people really know or really have the braveness to have the bravery to represent themselves, and also to show and express what their interest and also what they want to do in their life. So the other thing that I want to highlight is to know your ultimate and your long lasting or long term goals or target. Because you don't enter competition like just go for it just because you wanna get out of the school, you are stressed of the school, and you just FOMO, or like fear of missing out of your friends who going for competition, and you just enter any competition randomly just to be uh, a part of them. So I think you have to set a specific target that for what you join this competition, and to what extent does the competition really benefit you and really give you the advantages after the SPM, after the high school itself, and even in your daily life itself. So for me, it's like please go for competition that require you to learn a lot of soft skill. For example, communication, of course, in any competition require a very decent communication skill, and also other skill that you want to learn. Like for me, before I was in debate, it was a very decent um, time for me to learn how to communicate and how to give out your opinion, and also to rationalize all the conversation, right, to achieve a certain ultimate goal of the conversation itself, or of the debate itself. And I also joined the innovation. I also joined the property itself to learn and to get out of my comfort zone itself, because I have literally like zero interest or zero like attraction of innovation and robotic itself, because I was not a very technical people, but I just wing it, I just do it because I want to like break the boundaries between myself. I want to try something new and just give my best to in order to learn something new. So I have proof that there's nothing impossible in your life, that you want to do something new, that you want to learn something new, as long as you put your patience through it, as long as you put your effort, give a decent amount of effort in something that you are doing right now, inshallah you will do it, and you manage to get things done, and you manage to learn a lot of new things. So don't just be dependent on people or teachers, like and also don't wait for people to call out like, okay, we are opening for any competition, okay, you can join this competition, and blah 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 and whatnot. Because once you get the planner of the year, you already know which teacher you can go for any competition. Like for example, for the MRSM events especially, is very informed, is very well informed in the planning itself about when is the competition, what are the domain of the competition, and also what which teacher can you reach, and you can contact in order to like join, or uh, to give a try, or maybe join the qualifier, I don't know, maybe. So give yourself the chance, and also don't wait for people to push you. If you have the access to go online and look for competition, or you have like seniors that you, or other people on the internet that you saw them like, for example, participate in exchange program, or participate in international conference, or maybe participate in online competition, go ask them, go DM, and just don't hesitate to like ask them and ask for information from them. Because a lot of people want to help you, but you have to help yourself first to become to give a try, and to become a courage, and have the bravery to push yourself and break the boundary in yourself. So the other thing is to like success in your own way, to succeed in your own way. What I mean by this is like to know what you are going to do regardless how people do it. For example, as myself, I know I am a person who cannot like do a lot of things in a one shot, like multitasking. So I have to do one thing at one time, right? So what I do for that is, I know what I wanna do after SPM, and I know what is the requirement for me to have the opportunity to apply for that program, and also to like give a try to for me to qualify myself to those program, and also to those scholarship, for example. So just do the thing that you have in your goal, don't do randomly. Like competition is a very serious thing, because it will affect your education, will affect your study, and also your examination itself. Because there are no use at the end of the day to have a lot of experience without your academic capabilities, because we are intellectually assessed in a nowadays, because everyone is super smart, and everyone have the privilege toward the access, privilege toward education, and we have to be the best and the cream of the cream in whatever industry that we wanna go for. So don't mind of people who are, for example, I'm currently doing business and political science. So don't mind of people who doing magic, don't mind of people who are doing law, for example. We have our own way and our own method to become succeed in our own version. So for you is to become the best version in yourself, not to become the best version, the best people or the best person in your society or in your circle itself. Because we are not going to be a typical Malaysian or Asian itself who don't want to see other people succeed in their life. We want to be a looking forward person who, if you see people are better from you, you try to become like them, but in your own way. And if you see people like if you see people is like better than you, try to push yourself to become a better person of yourself. And if you see people who is like know better than you, try to give them information and also support to become a better person. Because at the end of the day, it's how you know your limit, and it's how you know your capabilities when you compare yourself with other people, whether they are better than you or they are less better than you, so that you know where your boundaries is, and you know what your whether your goal is already achieved or your goal is not achieved yet, and you are going to know what you are going to do next, to make your progress a success. So one of the thing that I have been learning throughout my high school is about learning. So learning is a process to transform a mirror into a window, because in order to have a better view of life, in order to have and or to give yourself a better chance and opportunities in your life, you have to see what your capability is. You have to know who you are, because that's why I say learning is the process to change the mirror into a window, because you have to see yourself first in order to change it become a window and see what outside and beyond that, because you don't even know where do you stand right now. You don't even know what are your capabilities, and we don't even know what future awaiting for us, what thing awaiting for us, what kind of people we are going to do. So having the self-control and the um, self discovery is a very crucial thing, to know yourself first, and to know what kind of thing that you can push yourself, and don't do randomly, but do informed thing, do informed action, and take very well informed measures to push yourself, and break the boundaries in yourself. So what so last but not least is to have like a very decent connection, which is super good. Go and get a lot of friends. What I mean by this is to like have a lot of acquaintance and a lot of connection, by at least to exchange your Instagram, at least to exchange your numbers. Like for me, I prefer to exchange my Instagram account, and also I will DM them for whatever business for, but for like further interaction, I will give them my number, and we will contact throughout the WhatsApp afterward. So I think a lot of connection is an advantage and a privilege for you, because it will help you to get access to information, not only in Malaysia but also around the world. So um, actually have and also to have a very very decent and strong self-support is important, like I have said before in the first part of the first part of the podcast itself. To have a very good mental compartmentalization is a very good way to know yourself better, and to maximize yourself, to push yourself to become a better version of yourself. So whatever you do, don't compare yourself with better people, but compare you with you yourself, yesterday you, because you don't know yesterday you will be like better than you today, and you don't even know if your tomorrow's you is better or worse version of yourself. So always evaluate and always verify yourself, in order to get better and better. It's not wrong to you to do mistake. It's always okay to do mistake. It's always okay to try new thing and make mistake, but learn from them. It is okay to be cringe. It's okay to have like emo face, because at the end of the day, it will be just a face. It will be just a face for you, and at the end of the day, you know how to like cope with it. Like whenever you have the deja vu, okay, I tak nak buat. For example, I will not do this, because I know the consequences of doing thing like that. So don't avoid mistake. Don't avoid mistake, but um, always be aware to yourself to learn from that mistake. So I think just do for it, just wing it, just go for thing that you want to do, just go for it. Yeah, that I myself, I don't even know I will do business and management after my SPM, like very very far away from my plan. But to enter the management industry is my ultimate goal itself. Like I want to do engineering and become an engineer, and then I want to enter the management level of the engineering firm or any industry or engineering industries. So I know myself wanna be a part of the management and also a part of the leaders in that industry. So why not I just do things that I can actually go straight forward to that like my absolute or my ultimate goal itself. So there's no wrong for you to have a mistake in your plan, but to have a backup plan and to counter your plan with another better plan is the thing that you want to have, and to have the courage and capability to do so. It's always about the small thing that you do in your high school. It's always the small thing that you do in your life, because you I believe in the small progress, and the small thing that I do in my life is actually the thing that will sharpen myself to become a version of myself today. And what I do, what every small thing today that I did in my life and my everyday is going to be the thing that shape me in the future. And maybe I don't know, 10 years later, 20 years later, if you tend to give yourself like a very comfort, a very a very like decent time to like procrastinate, to give yourself like to let yourself to be and to just stay in your comfort zone. Actually, those of the things that will limit yourself and also will prevent you to break from your boundaries, and also to prevent you from leave your comfort zone to encounter new thing in your life. So whenever happen, in whatever happen that you do in your life, just go for it and have the courage and maximize the learning process in your life, because there's no right or wrong in learning, because this is your first time living too, and this is everyone first time living. So there is no wrong or right for you to do mistake and to try anything that you want to do in your life. But at the end of the day, as long as you know what you are going to do, as long as you know what are you going to achieve, as long as you know what are you doing right now, will help you and facilitate yourself to achieve what are you going to manifest, or what inspire you at the end of the day is the most crucial thing. Meaning that plan your plan all the things that you want to do in your life starting from now on, because in order to live your dream is actually to sacrifice a lot of things in your younger age, and to have the privilege to do whatever you want to do in the older or in the future when you are grown up. So I think like it's okay to not have fun, or to not have enough entertainment in your high school, but do have like work life balance in your studying years, because at the end of the day, um, those things that you do in your younger years will actually jeopardize yourself in the future. So the more you give, the more you will get. So the less you give, the more you will get. So just imagine the horror of procrastinating 2 days, and imagine the horror of becoming um, an adult tomorrow, because there's there's a bunch of people like outside of us, like outside of our surrounding, who's doing their great, and um, like burn the midnight oil, and also sacrifice all their time just to become the person that they want to be. But not ourselves, who give the time to like procrastinate and stuff like that to ourselves, rather than doing something more beneficial or something more progressive um, in our daily life, especially during our high school years. So I think that's it.
All right, thank you, Syakirin. It was meaningful. Yeah. So I do need some of that advice actually. So thank you a lot, guys. So yeah, I think uh, we have come to the end of this podcast. We have to end everything actually. So okay, so thank you guys for watching, and thank you Shakiri, thank you thank you Ira for joining, and I hope everyone gets a bit of benefit from this podcast. Quite a long podcast, I would say. We a bit longer than we expected, but it's okay. That's this is there's for there is a first time for everything. So I hope we can do much more podcasts than after this in future. So I think that if there's nothing else, we'll end our stream. So thank you everyone. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.